is Adhishtanam of Swapna Prapancha and the I who is Adhishtanam of one's own Jagrat Prapancha, is there a difference? And one who is Adhishtanam of the entire universe. Really, there is no difference. We have seen there are two approaches to this avasthatraya. One is we can call it a telescopic view, another is a kaleidoscopic. Means telescopic means what? I consciousness identify with the Sthula Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, and I am a Jagrat Purusha. And this Jagrat Purusha is projecting the Swapna Prapancha. This is one, this I call the telescopic. That telescope we have got increased length. Another view is like behind different kaleidoscope person goes. Means I consciousness identify with this Maya and create this waking world. And I consciousness identify with the avidya and create the dream world. And when both of them are not there, there is at the individual level it is called nidra, and the total level it is called pralaya. So, really speaking, there is no difference in the adhishtanam of Jagrat Prapancha and Swapna Prapancha. From the model of this consciousness alone is there behind Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. And in Mandukya, they have followed this second one. Consciousness alone with particular upadhi, he is become Jagrat Purusha. Consciousness alone identified with particular Sharira, then it becomes this Tejasa. And therefore, really there is no difference. But Vyavaharika, when we are generally considering that I am a Jagrat Purusha and I am seeing the dream, I Jagrat Purusha, I am projecting the dream. Then the dream world becomes the example, and I, the waker, am the adhishtanam. And the adhishtanam for the waking world is the Chaitanyam with Maya Upadhi. So that way it is different, but Chaitanyam is common between the two. In the prayer 14, Tad Deha Sakshitvena, meaning is not clear. So before that it is said Hiranyagarbhadi Sthavaranteshu, I think Hiranyagarbhadi Sthavaranteshu, no, Hiranyagarbhadi, there it is, no, I think that is different. Hiranyagarbha, Brahmadi, I think. Brahmadi Stambha Paryantam. So Brahma Stambha Paryantanam Sarvesham Praninam Deha Madhye. So in the body of the living beings, starting from Brahmaji up to that, in every body, Tatta Deha Sakshitvena Bhasamana. So one who is shining as the witness of each body of the living beings, which are starting with Brahmaji up to the end. Referring to Jivas, Sarve Praninam, Jivanam. And their body, in their body, Sakshi is present as the Sakshi of each body. Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira both. Directly Sukshma Sharira, through Sukshma Sharira, Sthula Sharira. So Tattad refers to respective body. Both science and Vedanta talk about cause and effect. Science asks for evidence before accepting a cause. Since Ishvara cannot be directly seen or measured, how does Vedanta explain that Ishvara is the cause of the Jagat? How do we know Ishvara is real? See, this is where the approach of science and Vedanta differ. This is how it differs. Science is relying only upon pratyaksha, perception and inference. Science doesn't have any other pramanam. Perception, observation and observation-based inferences. Presumption. Science does not have any other basis. Perception and inference, that's all. Whereas in Vedanta, we are saying that perception and inference are not capable enough to reveal the cause of this world. So there itself there is a basis. Who is the umpire? In that itself there is a difference. So science will say that you first give the proof, evidence before accepting something as a cause. That is their approach. Whereas we say Shabda, the Shastra, Shabda is the pramanam for revealing. Shastra doesn't have to give any proof. You have to prove what Shastra is saying is wrong. Onus is on you. You know that jurisprudence is what? Anyone is innocent until proved otherwise. You know that jurisprudence? That's what it is. Shastra doesn't have responsibility to prove that it is innocent, it is right. You have to prove it is wrong. And whatever you try to prove wrong, there is a sampradaya to defend Shastra. This is how Shastra works. So people have to understand how the Shastra operates. It takes so many years for people to understand. That still, even though we say the Shastra is a pramanam, still they give validity to only logic. Logic we do accept. But logic is not a proving basis. It is not the one which proves. Logic is support. Is a supportive means, not a proving means. So the very approach is different. In Vedanta, we say Shastra doesn't have to give pramanam that it is right. Shastra declares, take nahi to take, nahi to don't take. So, so Shastra doesn't have any responsibility. If you want to know what Shastra says, you go to Shastra. That is why Vedanta cannot be forced upon anyone. Vedanta is useful to those who want to know from Vedas. Therefore, we don't give an advice, come and knock at your door and say you come and listen to Vedanta. No, we don't do that. Puja Swamiji used to say, physicist never knocks at your door and say, I would like to discuss physics with you. Has it happened any time? Any physicist coming to your house and say, I would like to discuss physics? No physicist will do it. Similarly, we don't say that you have to understand Vedanta, you please come Vedanta, you have to listen to Vedanta, otherwise you will get papam. We don't say that. When you feel the need that I want to know something which I am not able to figure out by science, by inference, by perception, then only you come to Vedanta. Therefore we keep saying, Vedas, Vedanta are not scientific. Not scientific. People are very enthusiastic. I think some of you also might be thinking, Vedas are very scientific. Vedas are not scientific. And we are not apologetic about it. Oh, so what to do? Our Vedas are not scientific. No. We are very proud to say that Vedas are not scientific. In fact, Vedas should not be scientific. If Vedas are scientific, why should we go to Vedas? We should go to science only. What we can understand from science, we should not go to Vedas. Because Vedas are presenting the subject matter in a very intricate manner, whereas science I can understand in a very, very systematic and a very easy manner. So it is better I go to science. Why should I study something or try to know something which I can figure out from science itself? I generally give my example is, you go to Kashmir and you are staying in South India, Coimbatore, and from Kashmir, your children have told that, Appa, bring something from Kashmir. And what did you bring? Cadbury chocolate. Cadbury chocolate next door available. What is the use of getting Cadbury chocolate from Kashmir? You should bring some almonds, some saffron or something like that you should bring. Similarly, you go to Vedas and you want to know something which is figured out by science. What is the use? You come here to know some, what is called quantum physics from science? No. From Swamiji? No. I generally tell not to know the recipe of idli. So even though we are making good idlis, but for that you don't come. So here you come for learning something which you cannot figure out on your own. So that has to be well settled in the mind. Then only your approach to Shastra will be proper. You want to prove Vedas to be scientific. You are downgrading Vedas. Really, people think that we are glorifying Vedas. Our Vedas are so scientific, etc. Somebody told me this when I went to Gujarat. Some says our Vedas are scientific and all. That time I discovered this example. From that day onwards, I am giving this example of Kashmir chocolate. That day, I should thank that person. So there only I got this example. Hey, Kashmir, you should not bring Cadbury's. You should bring something what is available in Kashmir. Similarly, from Vedas, you should learn something which you cannot figure out by perception and inference. Okay? So this methodology itself is not valid. You talk in science methodology. The methodology itself is different. All right. Sanchita and Prarabdha karma operate at the level of jiva. When the jiva dies, his karma follows into the next birth. Can you explain the karma operates at which sharira? Sukshma sharira and which kosha? Yeah, karma operates on the sthula and sukshma sharira both. But karma is contained in sukshma sharira. Karma is contained in sukshma and sometimes karana sharira. And it is giving the result mainly to the physical body, but through physical body, the sukshma sharira as well. What prarabdha does, prarabdha creates a situation, different situations, which will be influencing the body and also influencing the mind through the body. All right. So, is it clear who has asked this question? Okay. After realization of Brahman, it is said that in the scripture that is the last birth for that person. Is it true? Yes. If true, what happens to his sanchita karma? Destroyed. That's all. That's what today we studied that. Sanchita karma vinasha rupa parama purushartha. So sanchita karma is destroyed. How do you say, Swamiji, sanchita karma is destroyed? That's what Shastra is a pramanam. I generally say this. Sanchita karma is there. What is the pramanam? What is the evidence for that? Only Shastra. No laboratory we have seen the punya papa. You do some chemical reaction and some precipitation happens. So punya papa emerges. There is no such thing. So punya papa are there. For that Shastram alone is the means of knowledge. And how those punya papas are destroyed, for that also Shastram alone can be pramana. All right. I am very beginner in Vedanta. Just started Aksharabhyasa. Excuse me for my Ajnana question. Vedanta says Tattvamasi. If Ishvara is the creator of all beings, why are there such enormous difference in intelligence and clarity of understanding, etc., at least among human? Why create such disparity in intellect, which is the root cause for many miseries? I understand Purva Janma karma, but are other deeper Vedantic reason behind karma? See, in this Janma, this person has got more intelligence, other person has got less intelligence. then we can answer that it is because of their Purva Janma Karma. Is it acceptable? It can be because of Purva Janma Karma. This you have asked question, no? This, okay. Because sometimes it happens that I am looking at somebody and answer question is asked by somebody. So other day it happened like that. So I want to verify. So why that difference is there at the level of birth itself? Because of Purva Janma Karma. And Purva Janma Karma happened because of the different infrastructure, different background. So Purva Janma Karma also to some extent were influenced by that Purva Janma. And we have to go back to the creation. When the creation happened, there is one set of jivas got manifested. And there also, in the beginning itself, there was a variation. There was a Vasishtha Muni also there, and some Rakshasas also were there. In the beginning itself. Then why that difference happened? Because of the karma in the previous cycle of creation. There we don't talk about Purva Janma, previous cycle of creation. Now the question would be, when did it start first? It did not start first. There is no first in this creation. It is a cyclic process. And therefore, there is no injustice. So you are getting the result of your karma in the past janmas. And it is not that the person who is having less intellect here in this janma, next janma also will have less intellect. Not necessary. In this janma he is suffering from some karma, therefore he has got less or more. Less intelligence or medium. Next janma it may be bright also. And the law of karma is very, very opaque to us. Gahana karmano gatihi. We do not have full access to our account of karma. If you ask me, Swamiji, can you scan my karmas? I will not be able to do it. Nobody will be able to do it. Perhaps astrologer will tell that in this janma, but in before that, what all? We cannot. You are having that chip in that, there are millions and millions of karmas, they are, what is called, itched. Yeah, it is stored, yeah. So, what should be our approach? Our approach is that prarabdha is unfolding different situations. Let me try to make use of that situation to grow. That is my approach. Prarabdha is like a bowler. You have to become a batsman. So prarabdha keeps bowling. You have to bat. Bat well. Sometimes get out also. Try again. So here it is that even if you get out, still bowling will continue. So you keep doing that, yes. That should be our approach. अच्छा, तो so many questions हैं. आपकी notebook खत्म हो गई होगी. Today AI and VR. AI I know, but what is it? You are? Huh? Virtual reality. Okay, VR, virtual reality, etc. are transforming teaching methods. Can this technology be used to teach Vedanta for visualization and understanding, even in school for young students to develop an interest in Vedanta? Of course, what is called preserving this Guru Shishya tradition. See, we don't want to teach this core Vedanta to the children. No. And also we, as Puja Swamiji used to say, we generally don't use this PowerPoint presentation and all. Because what does it do? It creates some externalization of the teaching. It becomes an information and you externalize it. Whereas this Vedanta teaching is to be internalized. You know. Otherwise your focus will be on that only. This point looks nice, this we have to color it, this we have to highlight it. And that alone your progress. That is not what Vedanta meant for. Vedanta is meant for inner transformation. Not even meant for teaching. I tell the students that you study Vedanta and if situation arises, you teach. But Vedanta is not taught for teaching. Vedanta is to be learned for one's own clarity, which will lead to freedom, not for teaching. We learnt, when I studied Vedanta, I did not study that so that I can teach. You may teach or may not teach. Even if you don't teach, if Vedanta has given you clarity which gives you inner freedom, Vedanta has paid off. So we are not missionaries, We are not missionaries. Yes, when it comes to dharma and all this, yes, we can use some PowerPoint presentation and all. And we can teach this in school also. Dharma is different and this Vedanta teaching is different. Therefore, all Shankaracharya ji, generally they talk about Dharma more, Vedanta less. Because for public, in general, what is required more is Dharma. Because without following Dharma, Vedanta doesn't bless. Therefore, Dharma is to be highlighted. Even in school, we highlight Dharma. And yes, some aspect of Vedanta teaching can be taught to the children, and that is not exactly the core topic, but we can teach the value of self-acceptance, which is in a way Vedanta topic. But we make the children see that I am acceptable irrespective of my achievement. Because generally parents are making the children achievement oriented. That you have to get first rank, you have to pass this exam. All this. So child develops so much complex about herself, himself. So one has to learn, child has to learn, I am okay with my achievements and non-achievements. This type of some peripheral topics can be taught in the school without PowerPoint presentation. Okay. आपने, अच्छा हिंदी वाले है ये, आपने कल 4 भक्ति के विषय में बताया था. इस प्रकार मीरा की भक्ति को क्या कहेंगे? Okay, so English, he said, I had talked about 4 types of devotees. How will you categorize the devotion of Meera? Meera was a devotee who is, it can be categorized as Jignasu or Gnani. If she has already understood the subject matter, then she is Gnani. Otherwise, she is a Jignasu Bhakta. Or we will put it in the category of simple Bhakta, uncategorized Bhakta. Okay. We need not categorize every time. But if at all we categorize, since she did not want any material things, she wants to attain Krishna only, therefore we'll put it in Jignasu Bhakti, in a way. Other system of Vedanta explain the Meera had Ishvara Sakshatkar by Bhakti. How to interpret this for Advaita Vedanta? Did she get Jnanam through Bhakti and get Moksha? See, she had some gurus, and therefore she could have got Jnanam. One thing we have to learn, that it is not necessary that you have to go to Gurukulam and do 1-year course, 2-year course, 3-year course, then only you get Jnanam. There is no such thing. Whose question is this? Yeah. So, ऐसा नहीं है. Even one day you learn from Guru, and if you are ready, you can get Jnanam. It's like a matchbox. If it is dry, one strike is good enough to get light. But it's like a monsoon season, rainy season. Keep on doing that matchbox also gone, then matchsticks also gone. Light doesn't come. So many matchboxes are like that. So if he is a dry matchbox, then it can have Jnanam. And Veera might have Jnanam. We do not know. Jnanam is not that person has got Jnanam, will have 2 horns or something. So may have Jnanam, because some of her bhajans, Bhavasa gar sab sukh gaya hai, fikar nahi more taranan ki. It is a teaching of Vedanta. Vedanta says you do not have samsara to cross over. Because samsara is really not there. That's what is bhajan, it is said. So it shows that she had some Vedantic insight. To what extent she had assimilated, we do not know. And we have to, we can learn something from her, but this type of thing, that whether she was a Gnani, and if she was Gnani, how did she become Gnani? See, we go by the standard method. Standard method is for learning, for getting Atma Jnanam, you go to the Guru. You go to the Guru. And you say, no, I will do bhakti, you do bhakti. But doing bhakti and criticizing those who are going to study, that's not a correct thing. You do bhakti and Bhagavan will take care of you. Bhagavan will send you to Guru. Bhagavan will send you some Guru also. Both ways. Today during verse 10 analysis, you explain Anuvrutti Vyavrutti. My question is, Sushupti Avastha, consciousness and Karana Shariram or Maya is there. So by this logic, we can equate Karana Sharira and consciousness. Or we can put in some bracket, but they are not same. See, we have got one more. I did not go to Karana Sharira. We say that in Samadhi, consciousness is there, Karana Sharira is not there. Karana Sharira, Ajnana Rupa Karana Sharira is dissolved, consciousness is there. Therefore, Vyavrutti of Karana Sharira, Anuvrutti of consciousness. We go one more step. So it is not Sushupti, we stop. But Sushupti Karana Sharira is there and consciousness is there. So both of them have Anuvrutti. Therefore, we take one more step. But this is a retreat, I cannot tell all the things. This is a glimpse hota hai usme. How to meditate? So what today we did meditation. So who has asked this question? How to meditate the way we did today? You were awake today? You were here today? So please come tomorrow, little bit 10 minutes we do meditation. If you have value for learning meditation, you should come for meditation. Okay. Sit still without any movement. That is not meditation. That is not Vedantic meditation. Focus on your breath. That is one part of it. Mantra, that also is one part of it. All of you have written is one part of it. So, you please, maybe you can listen to some recordings we have. And or tomorrow we'll do some 10 minutes meditation. Since we are starting at 7, we'll do 10 minutes meditation. Please clarify the difference between Pratibimba Chaitanya and Sakshi Chaitanya. Sakshi Chaitanya is this Bimba Chaitanyam, is the original consciousness, illumining the Antakaranam. And Pratibimba Chaitanyam is the one which is obtaining in the Upadhi. And it is considered to be Upadhi Pradhana, means it has got the Vikara. Whereas Sakshi Chaitanyam doesn't have Vikara, Nirvikara. So Sakshi, you are asking for difference. Sakshi Chaitanya is a Bimba Chaitanyam. And this Chidabhasa is Pratibimba Chaitanyam. Sakshi Chaitanyam is Nirvikara. Whereas Chidabhasa, Pratibimba Chaitanya is Savikara. This is the difference. In one Prakriya I am telling, based on Abhasavada I said. What is moksha? Moksha is freedom from bondage. What is bondage? Bondage is something which you don't want but you find yourself with. That is called bondage. So what is freedom? Freedom is, moksha means freedom in English. Freedom from something what you don't want, but you find yourself with. That is called moksha. And little bit more technically, moksha means freedom from my dependence upon the world to be happy, peaceful and secure. Or moksha means freedom from the sense of limitation. Korai. Korai is that word in Tamil. That. Only one word I know. What is that question? I was looking at them only. No, you thought I am looking at you? No. I think I have to check my eyes. Am I LLTT or what? You know what is LLTT? Looking in London, talking in Tokyo. That is. So I was looking at them only. I know that they have asked question. Sometimes it looks like that people think that I am looking somewhere. Uh, it's okay. It is only a look. It doesn't affect my sight. So, okay. So it is good, in fact. I am looking at the person, so that person also I am seeing, and that person thinks Swami is looking at me. So he also will be in discipline. Good. Is there any difference between Dakshinamurti and Meda Dakshinamurti? It is just name given. You see, there are some Yoga Dakshinamurti and Meda Dakshinamurti. Some what is called, in the figure description, there is some difference. Otherwise, all are Dakshinamurti. There is some Yoga Dakshinamurti, means you will have a particular belt-like thing will be there. So it is a different posture. Otherwise, there is no, essentially same. Kindly explain the picture indicating the significance of Dakshinamurti. See, Dakshinamurti, he has got this gesture, which is called Dana Mudra. This you have asked question, no? Ah, yeah. I am looking correctly, yes. I have now to verify. And he has got then Damaru. It is representative of Akasha. He has got the book in his hand, showing the Vidya. And also he has got what is called snake, represent Kala Tattvam. So he is master of all of them, and he is manifesting through Panchamahabhutas. He has got water on his head, and his jata is tied. It means air also is represented. And whole body is made up of this Prithvi. Therefore, he is representative, his form is representative of Panchamahabhutas, Kala Tattvam, Jnanam. That is the idea conveyed by that. All right. Which all darshanas except the 6 Tatparya Nirnaya Lingani, mainly Mimamsa and Vedanta. What is the way out of the obstacle faced in meditation? Laya, Vikshepa, Kashaya, Avastha, Rasaswada and Kashaya Avastha. The Kashaya Avastha is showing that there is some deep ragadveshas. So one needs to allow that ragadvesha to get surfaced. That time one cannot do meditation. So without resistance you remain, and some likes, dislike related thought will come. And that you resolve like Vikshepa. So convert this Kashaya into a state where it becomes like Vikshepa, and then you handle it. In Mandukya, it will, Mandukya Upanishad, it comes. Mandukya Karika, it comes. How would we do, since you have asked about Kashaya especially, so I answered Kashaya. How would we do the Samasa? The Samasa question may not be interested in for all. Still, Vedanta and Anuguna, in Vedanta Anuguna Yukti Bihi, is the same pada, is same paragraph, okay. Is avaratam to be taken as, I will talk to you about that. I will think and talk to you. Because this, suppose, first of all I have to explain what is samasa. Because people think samosa means samosa only. So बोले समासा स्वामी जी आप देने वाले हैं क्या अभी रात को? So samasa I will explain. Yes, I will think over and explain. All right. So tomorrow we will see. Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti Dhiramaruti Ati Dhiramaruti Dhiramaruti Ati Dhiramaruti Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti दूतमारुति रामदूतमारुति भक्तमारुति परमभक्तमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।